Hello my beautiful Virgo, and welcome to your love reading for end of December 2024. I hope you're doing well. I just did a bit of a pre-shuffle and it looks like you're struggling with some communication issues within a connection, okay? You've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse position and you can see this person is writing in this particular deck, but I was just feeling when I saw the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, communication is the challenge, and then it was reinforced by the Five of Pentacles. Now look at this man underneath the mushroom. The mushroom is a symbol for the need for healing, right? And he's sitting underneath the mushroom in a very dejected kind of stance. There's some kind of misunderstanding here, or you don't feel heard. There's lightning in the background. I feel like there could have been a bit of an argument where tempers were flared. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse position. I feel like you felt like you didn't receive the recognition from your person that you felt you deserved. Okay, maybe they ignored your point of view. Maybe they let pride get in the way. I feel like pride could have been a bit of a blockage for both of you when it comes to this argument. So power struggles, basically. Communication issues and power struggles is what I'm getting from the pre-shuffle. Show me the other person that Virgo is dealing with in love in late December 2024, please. Show me the other person and their feelings and intentions towards Virgo. The Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, so you weren't seeing eye to eye. You can see how you got the white horse and you got the dark horse here. This card has a lot of duality within it, okay? So when it's in the reverse, it can talk about control issues, because the Chariot always needs someone to be in control of the vehicle. And you've got people with two different viewpoints trying to steer this vehicle. So again, I'm getting control problems here. Power struggles. Angels and Spirit, please show me. Yeah, you've got the Emperor in the reverse, which is another card about control and power. This card is about structure, but the Emperor is the boss man, okay? He's the one in charge. So when it comes out in the reverse, power struggles, especially next to the Chariot in the reverse. Now, there's something about the communication and the misunderstanding and the power struggles emerging in the context of family and friends. You've got the Three of Cups and you have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So for me, this is like family, surroundings, next to friends. So maybe you had an argument at an event that could, like, we're in the middle of the festive season. Maybe you went to some kind of a function and there was a power struggle between you and your person in front of other people, and maybe you felt a bit humiliated, you felt disrespected. I'm getting that, okay? Interesting. Let's see. Let's get deeper into this. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Virgo in love. What's the guidance for Virgo in love in late December 2024? What's the guidance for Virgo? Okay, you got surrender your need to always be right. So that's a typical Virgo card, because you do have that reputation of being a little bit self-righteous. But I don't think that's fair in this particular case. I feel like you were misunderstood. I feel like your words were taken out of context and used conveniently by your person. This is what I'm getting intuitively. And yes, maybe you had too much pride in this situation, which might have contributed to the drama. But if the two of you can see where the other one is coming from, it's obviously going to resolve the conflict a lot quicker than if you were to be stubborn and rigid in your stance. Okay, all right, there's an element of the argument coming about because the two of you don't see eye to eye on a certain issue, and it could be stemming from your values, how you were brought up. So for example, I'll give you a scenario. Virgo, you being you're very practical, you like to be organized, you like to have a plan, but your partner might be very in the moment, and your partner might be quite spontaneous, and maybe they threw a spanner in the works, messing up your plans, causing some kind of friction when you were in the company of others, okay? And that's kind of what I was seeing with the tarot. And I feel like the conflict could have been avoided if you were able to talk yourself down and say, okay, I can't expect my person to have the same approach as me. I can't expect them to always live by a schedule and a plan and be organized. I can't expect that plans will never change. You know, think about how you could have tempered your reaction or become a little bit more reasonable. But on the other hand, I feel like your partner was guilty of the same thing. So they didn't really consider you when making decisions. So the two of you needed to meet each other in the middle, but instead I feel like you were quite stubborn because it was a power struggle. So this card says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties, and then you can see things clearly and make better decisions. So for example, if your partner threw a spanner in the works and your best laid plans went awry, how could you have mitigated the conflict? How could you have turned things around so that, you know, pivoted, been a little bit more flexible, made things so, you know, there was, you know, created more harmony within the situation? You've got surrender to complete healing. So I feel like this is saying don't hold on too long to this grievance that you have. There could be a need to give the other person some space because we've got surrender to silence. Silence can heal and replenish you. Surrender resentments, you know, practice forgiveness, and compassion, you know, allow the person to make a mistake and allow them to apologize when they feel ready. Yeah, so you've got compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. I feel like this conflict could have been avoided. That seems to be a bit of a theme in this reading. Let's have a look and see what you need to heal, and then let's see what your person needs to work on or heal. Then we'll get your advice. Just bear with me a second while I find the deck that I want to use. Okay, let's have a look. Angels and Spirit, please show me. What does Virgo need to heal within this connection? What could be their blockage in this situation? Show me, what does Virgo need to heal, please? Okay, here we go. You've got disappointment, selfishness. This is purely, you know, not really seeing the other person's point of view in the moment where they've let you down. And then you've got abandonment, rejection, and then stubbornness. Yeah, so the need to be a bit more flexible. I want to look more into this because this is one that is a little bit unexpected. So it says, throughout our life, we develop deep organic connections to people. We depend on them for safety, growth, and emotional balance. Many of these relationships are formed early. They give us a healthy template for our growth and well-being. And those early bonds are severed sometimes and leave behind deep wounds and broken trust. Emotional abandonment can also happen later in life with adult-formed connections. It leads to feelings of rejection, low self-esteem, mistrust, distress, and lost innocence. At times, out of fear or anger, we too abandon others who depend on us. So this is saying that you might need to address some, traumas and emotional injuries so that you're not so triggered when this person acts a certain way. The affirmation is, I'm grounded and well-rooted in my self-worth. I attend to my emotional wounds with love and understanding, and I honor my commitment to others. Okay. Interesting. All right, sorry, let's use that same deck to see what the other person needs to work on. So basically that last line threw me a little bit. I feel like we can't expect other people to abide by our best laid plans all the time. However, we can have a plan B if someone throws a spanner in the works. So that's what my advice would be to you, but we haven't done your advice just yet. Let's focus on what the other person needs to work on. What is the other person? What do they need to work on, please? What does the other person need to work on, please, Spirit? Negativity. I feel like they responded in quite a negative way. Because they felt guilty and they didn't really know what to do with the guilt, okay? They could have, tried to project their guilty feelings and blame you for the misunderstanding, okay? We've got jealousy. And we've got lies, illusions, and fear. So this person might have told you a white lie out of fear of your reaction. And then when you maybe set a boundary, or when you were honest about their behavior disappointing you, I feel like they reacted in quite a negative way because they just didn't want to take responsibility. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's have a look at your advice. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is Virgo's advice when it comes to love. Interesting that the first card that fell out was assume full responsibility for yourself and your life path. So again, it goes back to my advice to you earlier. You can't control other people, and they will disappoint you sometimes. So maybe you do need a plan B, so that you don't feel so let down, so you don't feel so disappointed when people inevitably change the plans on you, right? You're feeling a little bit abandoned, and that did come up because there is a card that says it may seem like the message that the universe is giving you is that you can only rely on yourself and that you cannot have your needs met by others. The card says the reality is that we belong to a group species and connection is a need. So you have to stop isolating yourself. It's not benefiting you. Try not to, push this person away or give them the silent treatment or punish them for hurting you, okay? Because that is not going to get you anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Have a plan B. This card says you must know exactly what it is that you want and be willing to ask for it. So maybe you weren't clear to this person what it would mean if they were to let you down on this particular occasion. And so when they did mess your plans up, it spiraled out of control. and it really could have been avoided in the first place. So this is about the need to speak up, be assertive. I know that you normally are, Virgo, but maybe on this occasion you just assumed that this person would know your expectations. Then the card says, know exactly what you're willing to do if you don't get it. So how are you going to respond when this person lets you down in future? Are you going to throw a tantrum? Are you going to be assertive in the moment and say, I'm not very happy with, your lack of consideration because I had planned A, B, and C for us, and I really expect notice to be given. Whatever it is, really think about how you want to respond next time, and take into account your person, because your delivery and its effectiveness is going to depend on how this person communicates. You don't want to get yourself into another power struggle. You don't want to get the other person on the defense and projecting blame onto you and, just ending up in this huge, messy conflict. So that's what I'm getting from that particular deck. There is another deck I want to use. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Virgo. There's a message here about perhaps in the moment when everything kind of, started to devolve into an argument, maybe you could have just enjoyed the change of plans. There's an element of that. Maybe you made things more difficult than they needed to be. But definitely there's a message here about being clear about your expectations before the fact. And also, to smooth over the conflict, you can explain your response. Because this card says, if we were to share our real feelings, including what's making us feel afraid or ashamed or abandoned or let down, whatever it is, we would find that our realness and integrity would inspire others and move them towards us, instead of making them defend their ground even more. So you've got, if we want to grow, we need to think carefully about who we spend time with. We can't afford to be around people who drag us down or lower our self-esteem. There's something here about maybe you didn't approve of the people that your person decided to spend time with, or the plans changed because of a certain person that maybe you feel is a toxic presence. Let me know if that resonates with you. You might feel like whenever your partner is around this particular person, their behavior towards you changes because they're trying to assert their dominance, something like that. Let me have a look at what the Crystal Spirit deck says for you. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Virgo. I've got Amber. This is about family dynamics, exploring family dynamics to help with, healing blockages within your romantic relationships. So it's talking about healing family patterns, and that could be a pattern around a certain family member or friend. You always get into a certain argument around a certain someone. It's talking about the need to preserve the wisdom gained by the lessons of the past. It says, in romantic relationships, we always have a choice to stay or go, to learn and grow, or to move on to a new partnership. If you want to have a different sort of relationship the next time around, Amber's message to you is clear. Explore your family relationships. The nuggets of wisdom that you mine will help you avoid repeating the pain of the past in your partnerships today and in the future. Find these hidden gifts of wisdom and strength so that you may enjoy the loving partnership that you deserve. Okay, let me just get one more message from this deck. Angels and Spirit, please show me. I think this is your message, Malachite. So this is heart healing because it's a green crystal. It's talking about clarity of thought and emotions, the right use of intellect, integrating thoughts and intuition. Okay, it's saying, are you trying to justify knowing what you know? Malachite is here to tell you that you're both smart and wise. When you consider what is currently happening within your relationship, right thinking is married to your inner wisdom, which is guided and provided by the conscious universe. Trust that you have the ability to balance the incoming messages from your rational self and the part of you that just knows. Honor your emotions, but be guided by the conscious universe and your intellect to help you make decisions, for your emotions right now may be an echo of the past, out of proportion with what is happening today. Meditate and it will be easier to see the evidence, and use valid reasoning and intuition to weigh it. Okay. Malachite is a beautiful stone that helps integrate our personal power, hearts, and intellect simultaneously. It allows us to come from a place of authority without losing sight of what is for the highest good of all. Sorry, Virgo, my washing machine was making really weird noises, but I hope this reading was helpful. If it resonated with you, do leave me feedback in the comment section. Have an amazing Christmas, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, Virgo.